Hey guys, Gossip and Reactions Marie Steak. I am not sure what to tell you. Dave Ramsey was at a loss for words when Virginia woman came to him for help with her disconnected husband. Here's his thoughts on her painful situation. Let's see what's going on. And let me know what you would do, guys, Linda and her husband are both 64, nearing the golden years of retirement, but for Linda, they are not looking so golden. She makes about $115,000 a year, while her husband brings in $45,000. They still owe about $180,000 on their home, but her husband is not on board with paying the house off. Linda told personal finance expert Dave Ramsey and his co-host Dr. John Delaney on a recent episode of The Ramsey Show. Let's see. I've kind of tried to put my foot down and say, when we retired, we are not going to have a house payment because we are going to have to sell it and downsize. But she says her husband isn't on board with downsizing neither. Okay. And I don't really know how to get him on board. Linda has $175,000 in her 401k, and along with owning 2 rental properties, she just paid off 2 cars on her first property. She has about $12,000 left to pay off. She bought the second property for her daughter-in-law who had cancer, so she could live nearby and help take care of her. Linda still owes $62,000 on that property. Her husband, he doesn't have any retirement saving, nor is he interested in helping with her rental properties. They split groceries and bills, but she's the one who owns assets, pays off debt, and saves for retirement. Yet, as Ramsey puts it, they still split the mustard in the refrigerator. Ooh, the story continues, guys. Don't give up on me. Give me 1 second. I need to go back to this. I am not sure exactly what to tell you, Linda. This is so painful, says Ramsey. You guys are so disconnected in many levels. And it seems that because he's not bringing that much money, he doesn't really care what's next, But being on different pages isn't something new for the couple. In fact, this pattern has existed throughout their 29-year marriage. Wow, I'm surprised they survived it. I don't know what to do with this, says Ramsey. I'll tell you to go see a marriage counselor, but guess what? He's not on board. He's not going to do that. Linda admits that what they are dealing with isn't a finance problem, it's a marriage problem. Research from Ramsey Solutions found that 41% of couples with consumer debt argued about money. Indeed, it's what they argued about the most. On the other hand, among those who say their marriage is great, 87% say that they set long-term goals for their money together. To stay or not to stay, you've got a pretty significant challenge going on in your marriage, says Delaney. Linda and her husband have separated bank accounts, with a shared account for household items such as groceries and bills, as well as savings account for major expenses like fixing broken appliances. That's exactly the situation I've set it up with Buddy and Greg, my 2 college roommates, Delaney quipped. That's not a marriage. That's a couple of roommates. Delaney says it comes down to whether Linda wants to live this way for another 30 years or cause a workers and tell him he can't keep using her as his bank, and that might mean she's out. But he says avoidance cannot be strategy. If Linda attempts to make peace with the situation. Ramsey says she'll likely have to sell her 2 rental properties to pay off their home since they don't have enough in their savings to pay it off. And when they retired, he will eat out of your retirements because he doesn't have any savings of his own. Well, what do you guys think? What should Linda do? Should Linda divorce her husband of 29 years because they're having financial issues? He doesn't care. Or what would be your next step, guys? A couple of decades ago, Ramsey might have encouraged the pair to go to a marriage counselor, but times has taught him that only works if both parties are interested in making a change, something he didn't appear to see in Linda in their conversation or her husband from what she relayed. For anyone considering entering into a marriage or a lifelong commitment, he says it's crucial to ensure you are on the same page about money as well as kids and laws and religion. That is so true. Otherwise, you are going to end up with a roommate you don't like. If there are problems early on a marriage, she strongly recommends going to marriage counselor. Delaney explains that this type of relationship is, in its own way, a form of infidelity. You can cheat on your wife with a golf club, and you can commit infidelity with your job. He says, in this case, Linda's husband is cashing out on his wife. You are living your wife, even though you are sleeping in the same house. Let me know how you feel. What should Linda do in this situation? Because she's the one with the bread. She's the one making the decision. She's the one having assets. So it seems like they are living together as roommates. I mean, to be 64, been with somebody for 29 years. And another thing I want to say, when you get with somebody, I know love matter, but you got to see the situation. Somebody's making $115,000 versus one making $45,000. This is a big difference financially. So you know down the line, Linda would always have carried the package. So for 29 years, it's been a long time. At this point, I don't even see there was love there. I don't hear anything about we love each other. We have kids. We're gonna make it work. It's about money, money, money. So when you go with somebody, at least that person gotta make half of what you're making, man. If you have college education, he doesn't encourage him to go to school to educate himself because it's a big problem. You've been with him that long. It's not that you're going to find somebody else. It's not that you want to be alone. What are you going to do? Again, guys, let me know, what are you going to do? To live with somebody as a roommate because he's not contributing financially, would you leave or would you stay? Subscribe. Let me know how you feel. Bye.